Good evening, Postal Family. How's everybody doing? My name is Saeed. Welcome back to my channel. What's happening on this Saturday evening? Well, today's what I'm talking about is one of our clerks busted big time in Miami, $2 million. I'll get to it in the details here shortly. But first, if you're new to the channel, my name is Saeed. Postal content is what I do, love to do. Thanks everybody for all the support. Keep giving me the thumbs up, smash that hype button. Thanks so much for all the support, all the great comments. I always thank you guys, appreciate it. Keep it coming. I will answer all of them as soon as possible. It's awesome to have all these, suggestions, comments, and everything I say on here is from my views, my research. I don't speak on behalf of USPS Post Office in any of my videos. To Mr. Nguyen, the last video I made about the CCA details you asked for, you're very welcome, sir. He thanked me in the messages. Appreciate it. Thumbs up to you and good luck in your career. You should be getting the call to get hired, and we'll go from there, sir. All right, on to the details about today's story about the clerk being busted in Miami. Guys, 451 treasury checks, over $2.1 million. That's what a USPS clerk in Miami just tried to walk out the front door with, stuffed inside his shirt. Today we're talking about the massive Sylvester Greenberg bust, why the feds were waiting for him at the exit, and how this inside job affects every single carrier on the street. Plus, we finally have the official numbers for the last cost of living adjustment of the contract. So let's get into it. The X. So Sylvester Bird, a clerk at the Miami PNDC, was given a tray of checks to sort on February 11th. Instead of sorting them, agents watched him hide them in his clothes. He tried to leave, but a task force of OIG, Secret Service, and local police was already there. The police say he wasn't alone. They seized a blue iPhone and believe he's part of a sophisticated ring. In court, he actually told the judge, "I made a mistake." Yeah, a $2 million mistake that carries a massive grand theft charge. Impact of this. This hurts us while we're fighting for the Protect Our Letter Carriers Act, HR 1065, to stop outside criminals from robbing us for arrow keys. These inside jobs give the public a reason to doubt the mail. We need to hold our own accountable. This is really bad, guys. I mean, exactly what it says. We're making a bad image of ourselves. There's a HR 1065 is for stopping outside criminals from robbing us for our arrow keys, and then something like this comes up. So it's really bad. Gives us a bad name overall, and again, it comes down to who gets hired in the post office after taking just like the 10-question assessment, and this is the stuff that's going to happen when anybody who's anybody can get on here and deliver mail. Obviously people needing money, and this person just took the shortcut thinking he wasn't going to get caught, and now he's got a felony on his record, and it's bad news for his family too. So in other news, the sixth cost of living adjustment, now the news you've been waiting for. On February 13th, the January CPI data came out, and the final cost of living adjustment for 23-26 contract is officially $250 annually. Thank God for that. First and foremost, we don't want to complain anything. Everything we get is a blessing indeed. But to go along with the inflation, we don't know that it needs to be a lot more, obviously. So looking at it on paycheck info, that's about 12 cents an hour. It's not huge, but it's the final piece of this contract before the new one kicks in. It takes effect March 7th, so look for it on your March 27th paycheck. The big fight, the deadline, mark your calendars, February 25th. This is when formal negotiations for our next national agreement officially begin. The current contract expires May 22nd. Mission: the NALC Collective Bargaining Survey is live right now, but it closes on February 20th. If you haven't filled it out, you can complain about the results later. Go to NALC website, tell them we want better starting pay and more safety protections. I shared that on my link, so look for it. If you scroll down the videos, I shared it on the community post pages, so it's there. So please, everybody, take your time, due diligence, fill it out, and stand up for the NALC. Finally, is the $250 cost of living adjustment enough to keep up with inflation in your city? What do you think should happen to that clerk in Miami? Let me know in the comments as always. Don't forget to hit the like button for the algorithm so more carriers see this. Stay safe out there, keep your eyes open, and I'll see you on the next one. So that's pretty much the story. A clerk, in Miami-Dade was handed $2.1 million in treasury checks. He stacked some of them in his pocket, but he was busted already because, these days there's cameras everywhere. They got him on video. They were waiting for him outside. Once he's outside, that's it. Busted, red-handed, and gives us a seriously bad name. Everybody in USPS, something like this happens. Of course, we don't feel it right off the get-go, but the image that's created with the customer base and everybody else, it's not something we work all that hard for. So one of those things that nothing can be done. Obviously, like I was saying, anybody with that 10-question assessment now gets hired. Back in the day when I was trying, you had to take that Battery 473 exam. Oh, it was a headache. And you had to score in the high 90s to even think about getting hired. So I kept on taking it for many years. Best I could do was a high B, but there was so much competition where I was at, that city. So much competition, and so I stayed casual all those years, off and on. Sometimes they would bring me back, sometimes they didn't, but after I moved to another city, then finally I got on. Luckily, my time, as you all know, during that time I was with FedEx for 10 years, so that's how my story went. But just clarifying things about what else we were talking about, the 6 cost of living, $250 annually, so it's not much, but 12 cents an hour it breaks down, but it is something, so we thank God for it. And I believe there was something else, APWU, so excuse me guys. So yeah, that's it. APWU cost of living adjustment is also $250. Can't be right. Call a new contract February 13. APWU February 2026 cost of living breakdown. The amount is 12 cents per hour, $250 annually. Yep. Check date. It's identical for some reason. Is it my information? So yeah, APW $250 as well. So wow, that's interesting. So just wanted to go over the story that I came across. Clerk in Miami, busted heavily. Now got a felony on his record for trying to steal $2 million in treasury checks. Just stuffed them in his pocket. He was handed a big tray to sort. Just took a handful of checks and stuffed them in his pocket, thinking, he's gonna go scot-free, but busted right outside the place, and now it's all bad news now. Lost his job, of course, didn't think before committing this heinous act. Uh, didn't think about his family if he has. Didn't think about his future. One of those things, for the moment. These are the things that the sort of speaking, the devil comes in the mind and makes you ruin your life. You gotta stop and think. I don't care what age you are. God has given you a brain. You think for a second, am I doing this right or not? But apparently, there's no more thinking nowadays. They just do these things for the quick money. And once they get busted, of course, he's going to be all down like what I've done. I've got a criminal record now. And who knows how much time he'll get if he'll come out and try to get a job with that criminal record. It's going to be, he's put a lockdown on himself for his future too. He can't get any job now, but it's just one of those things. Like I'm saying, you got to stop and think before doing this kind of stuff. Whatever your job pays, you're blessed. Keep it at that. You don't want to do anything extra. The checks he stashed in his shirt, although he was thinking that's a lot of money, but now his freedom is gone and criminal record, job is gone, career is gone, family's in a lot of hurting. So what did that get him? Just you have to stop and think, guys. Stop and think before doing this. The assessment we're saying it's anybody gets on, but there's a lot of good people that get on too. I'm not saying they're all bad. There's very good people getting on as well, very hardworking, good mentality, good work ethic. So it's just a give or take, Yeah, even the good ones once in a while make a mistake, but nobody's perfect. But when you take it to this extent, yes, you're in bad shape, my friend. So anyway, that's it for this video. Just wanted to quickly share this story and our cost of living adjustment, $250 coming in March, and we're happy with that. I won't go to the other side angry and all, like we are making decent money, guys. I stay positive, so got to keep that positive vibe going. There's a lot of negatives in life. Can't go with those. They just get you down. If something is not in your power to do, so why be down about it? At least stay positive. Thank God always, and go from there. Anyway, that's it, guys. We'll catch up with you later. Mailman Saeed out. Take care, guys.